Hi, I'm John with the Fossil Channel, and I'm here today to talk about the Gold Zero Nomad 7 and how it works in my hiking kit and my backpacking kit, and why I use it. The Gold Zero is a solar charger, and it charges at approximately 7 watts, depending on your atmospheric conditions. Sometimes I get 7 watts, sometimes I don't, sometimes you have to move it for the sun. It's a monocrystalline solar panel, so it's not polycrystalline. Difference being polycrystalline sometimes is not as efficient as, say, a monocrystalline. It's one crystal throughout the solar panel. This is sort of a second gen, but still an older model. Now, depending on what package you buy with the Nomad 7, you either get it as the solar panel itself, or you get it in a kit, or you buy it piecemeal. Either way, there's other accessories to come with it. So let's take a look at the back side of it and see what we have here. As we can see, we have a battery junction, which has a USB port here, and it has a adapter port for another accessory that comes with the Nomad 7. It's a 9-volt adapter or 12-volt adapter, where you can plug in like a car adapter into it, and you can run stuff off of that. So it's quite useful, quite effective. It's one of the few solar panel models that I've seen with an adapter for that sort of plug-in. The other output on this is the solar output, direct link into a battery bank. Now, Gold Zero makes another power bank called the Guide 10 Plus, which either comes in a kit with this or separately. What this power bank is, it's a AA power bank, so it uses nickel metal hydride batteries. I have the standard Gold Zero batteries in here. They are at 2300 milliamps, so they do have a good decent capacity. In the front here of the bank, we have the inputs and the outputs. So what's nice about this power bank is that you not only can you charge AA batteries, but you can also use AAA batteries with the adapter that does come with this. And you can also, once you charge your AA batteries, you can kind of use it in other items, like, say, my H52 Zebra Light headlamp, which runs on AA batteries. So now I don't have to carry any extra batteries or worry about finding a wall to plug in. I can just charge directly off my back with the Guide 10 Plus in here. If you don't have the Guide 10 Plus, and if you want to go a different route, you can get single bay USB chargers. I have a SoulShine S7 here, which is a universal type charger. It does lithium ion and nickel metal hydride. It can go up to 18650 lithium ion batteries, all the way down to AAA batteries. So obviously, you plug in the USB port, put it on your back, charge up, you're done. It's quite effective. I prefer the 4AA method. It's just more convenient, and I rarely use lithium ion batteries. Sometimes I'll plug one into my light, which uses 2 types of batteries, a 14500 or a AA. Other applications for the AA's in here are my ham radio, which again I use AA batteries for. You're not going to get a lot of transmitting wattage out of the ham radio, but you will be able to stay on the air indefinitely for as long as the life cycle of your batteries. So the front of it, the battery bank, you have the input for the solar, and also you can charge via USB with the mini port right here. So either you can go to your laptop, and this does come with another cable that plugs into it, into a standard USB port, and then you can just charge it as if you didn't have the solar panel. So you can buy this unit separately and just use it as a power bank, and it's going to be whatever the capacity of your nickel metal hydrides. Now, if you buy NLib Pro, I think the XXX model is like 2500 milliamps. So you get big swath of battery power from AA's. The advantage to using this is obviously the modular capacity. You're not stuck with the lithium ion battery inside your charger pack. So if your lithium ion battery dies, you can't usually take it out. Most power banks, you can't do that. This one, you can take out the batteries whenever you want, replace them in with new batteries if you have to when you're on the go. It's totally modular. It's a very, very good flexible piece of equipment. Just some basic operations. You have the on-off switch here. So that's the light here where we have the middle. There we go. It's a middle switch. It goes on, outputs at 1 amp here on the USB out, and as you saw before, that's the 100 milliwatt LED light. Pretty useful if you don't have a light and you just need to find something in your pack or just illuminate the general area. You can use the power pack to do that right directly. I don't really use it. I just have my zebra light, and I usually bump it down to a very low lumen count, so I have night vision. So yeah, it's a great little piece of equipment. I believe the output on the USB on here is a little bit above 1 amp, so you can charge some smartphone devices with it while running them. Most smartphone devices, most tablets, like my 2014 model, you're going to have to turn this off in order to fully, or at least get a charge up in the positive direction. Otherwise, it's going to maintain its charge on that or even drop slower, especially if you're using the Guide 10 Plus. The Guide 10 Plus is only rated for 1 amp out. Most of the time, you need 2 amp or 2.1 amp out to charge your smartphone technology. I find I can charge an iPhone 4 off this or this pretty decently, but that's the limit to it. And you know, in this day and age, an iPhone 4 is pretty old. So that's the basic rundown on the Nomad 7. They say it's 7 watts. Again, it's only as many watts as the environment allows you to, so it has the capacity to do that. I recommend the gear. It's pretty rugged. It works reliably. I've used it in the desert. I've used it in the cold, and the effectiveness changes obviously because there's the operational temperature range, which this will be optimal at. If it's too hot, it's not going to do efficient energy sources. It's not going to bring in that energy and collect it at an efficient rate. So obviously, if you're in a desert and it's 120 degrees out and you flip out your solar panel, you're probably going to melt your solar panel, for one thing. Two, it's probably not going to do your batteries a lot of good being in that heat. So a little bit of common sense with using solar panel technology. You know, it's not a dainty piece of gear. It works. It's reliable. It's rugged. It's water resistant. It'll work. It's very flexible. I like using it. A lot of guys I know like using it, and I highly recommend it. I'm just going to show you some different types of solar panels. This is the older model 3.5 switch. It can be used with the AA kit or with the switch bank. I'll just show you it right here and through the, I'm not sure if you can see that, but that's my lithium ion cell. I think it's like 2200 milliamps on that. So it's a smaller version. It takes a little bit longer to load up, obviously, or charge up because it's a smaller panel in comparison to the 7 watt. And then more recently, they released a Nomad 7 Plus, which does away with a lot of the battery junction stuff in the back. They wanted a lighter weight backpacking option, which makes sense. If you want to go lightweight, this is the model to get. And the reason why is it just comes with this plug here, and you can actually remove your back panel if you really wanted to save weight and just use this part and this part. But what I like about this one is that they included a modular system of a kickstand with it, so you can kind of stand it up on its own and capture the sun at an optimal angle. What I don't like about this newer one is that it's heat laminate, and when you put something in the sun to heat up, it doesn't. It's kind of like a conflict in a way. I mean, it works. It's fine, but if, like I said, if you go into the desert and it's really hot out, and you're using a solar panel, it's probably going to melt the laminate on the side and the rubber sealing, the weather sealing on this model. So I wouldn't recommend it for extreme temperatures. Do not, you know, again, common sense. Use that with using these solar panels and obviously any kind of electronical technology. Now this does come with what they call the intelligent charger. I'll just do a quick review on this guy here. Not too much in depth. Plug it into here, the little DC in, and you got 4 LEDs to indicate how much approximation of wattage going in and outputting through here. Now this will, they say this will turn off and on depending on your cloud coverage and whether or not you get enough energy in. I've seen it work. Is it effective? Not more or less than, say, the other solar panels from when I've used it. This supposedly can get up to 2 amps out, unlike the other solar panels. I think the Nomad 7 version 2 will probably do about 1.1 or 1.5, and I think this one's only 500 milliamps out on the USB. So you have a varying different degree of USBs, but suppose this one's a little bit more efficient on the output. Again, I don't really use the USB out on my guys. I just directly plug it into a power bank, and then I dump charge it into here, and then out from here I get a constant charge out, even though it's not at a high 2 amp out, it's at a 1 amp out. So I can basically sleep charge anything I have. But this is the lightweight version. I have it modded out so I can put on my backpack. Do I recommend these products? Yes, I do. For what I do, they work great. If you're into backpacking, hiking, and camping, and you don't want to carry like 10 extra batteries for whatever you're doing, or if you want to build a sort of do-it-yourself charging kit, definitely go with Goal Zero. I like them. I've used other products like the Solar Juice product, which is a little bit too heavy for me, and not as modular as these kits. These kits allow for larger modular adaptation, which is a big value to me. And obviously, with my AA kit, you know, I get a lot of use out of the AA battery form factor. They make bigger models, but again, I'm doing backpacking, hiking. I don't need the Yeti or the even huge inverters and battery packs. And that's the phone. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.